Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Friday's Today Show with me, your co-host, Aisha Hakim Rahman. We have a jam-packed show today, so I will get straight into it. Joining us now is Abdullah Khawaja, a tech entrepreneur and co-founder of Simple Rishta, a platform redefining traditional matchmaking. Launched in 2022, Simple Rishta blends South Asian cultural values with smart technology. With over 25,000, active profiles in over 72 countries, it's helping people find meaningful connections through AI. Abdullah's here to share how this innovative platform is making Rishtas simpler, smarter, and more global. Assalamu alaikum, Abdullah. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. And just listening to that intro, I am so curious and intrigued to really get to the bottom of some of this. So look, let's start with Simple Rishta, the ideology. Like, where did the concept start? What's the reference to AI? Tell us a little bit more.
Right. So Simple Rishta, back in 2020, when we were looking around, we thought that there was a serious market gap for traditional marriage platforms. There were a lot of other apps which would connect individuals on their own, and that's where it started from. We thought to create something that will be much more serious and would get families involved as well as individuals.
Okay.
So primarily an app focused on the traditional South Asian culture that could sort of solve that problem there. And the AI bit, so I'll talk a little bit about AI. Our system, so once you've logged on and you've created a profile, our system suggests to you your possible matches.
Okay.
How does that do that? So what we've done is, there's an AI-powered engine which we have trained over a significant amount of time with a significant amount of data. Data that we have collected from successful marriages that lasted for over a long period of time. So what we've done is that we've conducted an extensive research where we have gone to people who had successful long-running marriages, and we've asked them a long list of questions as to when they got married. Attributes like what was their age, their education, their caste, the number of siblings they had, small things. All of that data then we've used to train the AI model, and we've told them that this is what a successful marriage looks like, and then AI model based on that. And once you've created your profile and it's taken all the information from you, it will then suggest you based on what it's been trained on. It'll suggest you your possible matches.
That's amazing, because we all know and we all hear like AI. If you don't get ahead of the game, it's going to kind of get in front of you kind of thing. So it's really innovative that you've kind of gotten in there, used this model, and it sounds like, it's a real measure for success kind of thing, because obviously you're using data of successful marriages and things to determine what works here for your clients. So I feel like this maybe touches on my next question, which is what makes, it's getting more and more popular kind of matchmaking apps and sites and things like that. What's different about Simple Rishta?
So as I've said, so this is a more traditional kind of app where we're trying to get the families involved. In the South Asian cultures, you cannot deny, there's a massive number of families. So usually, it's to do with the individual, so they're all welcome as well. But primarily, we're trying to target families, and that's where it differs. So like with a lot of other platforms, the first thing you see is a picture of an individual, and that's where you normally start it off. And if you like the picture, you proceed. Whereas over here, no, it doesn't. That's not how it works. You have to create a proper profile, putting large amounts of data in it,
like a biodata.
A biodata,
okay.
And then you can choose to get verified, and we'll verify, your certain bits and pieces, and you'll have a verified profile. Once your profile is created and verified, then our AI system will match you against your, potential matches, and then once both of you then accept each other, that's when we reveal. So there's a lot of data privacy involved as well. That's when you'd see pictures and other details about the candidate. So it's quite a process to go through. So we made sure we only attract serious candidates and their families.
Really clever, and I really like the ethos of kind of using modern infrastructure but keeping the traditional values. I think it's really, really clever. Now, thinking about how much you've achieved already, and obviously in the intro we're hearing about 25,000 active users and over 72 countries and things like that. What's coming up for Simple Rishta? What's in the future?
Oh, so this is just the start. We are launching. So we are targeting, so far it's been, UK, Pakistan, and the South Asian communities.
Sure.
We want to expand it to other countries.
I was going to ask about this, so you're covering it. Tell me more.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we looking at, India, that's a massive market there. Start from South Asia, other places like a lot of Arab countries, Middle East. They have a lot of traditional. Yeah, they have a massive room, I think, scope for this kind of platform. So we're looking at that. And further, obviously, our AI engine is getting trained, getting better and better, and predicting things, and trying to predict successful marriages based on the data we collect. So we're making it more user friendly. So there's a lot more coming.
Amazing. And I know you touched on privacy, and it is absolutely key to anyone. You're sharing some really personal information, and not just privacy in the sense of the account that you create, but also who you're then matched with and introduced to, and that side of things. How do you really ensure protection of that?
So as I've said before, there is no data on display on a web or an app unless you've accepted it yourself, unless both people have given their consent, and then that data is only visible to the two of you and nobody else.
Amazing. Yeah. We're just seeing the website now on the screen, and talk us through a little bit of this. It looks really slick.
Yes, so this is a website. Obviously, it's you can create your app, or using this web app platform, or you can go on the mobile, Apple or Android.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got apps for both. You could download the app and make your profile there. It's a little bit easier, but if you want to use web app, no problem. It's detailed, step-by-step process. Guide. Once you install the app, you'll have some sound in the background as well, guiding you. So we've tried to make it as easy and as user-friendly as we can.
Brilliant. And I love that, because usually everyone just wants to use their phone nowadays, and they only go on the web if the phone isn't very, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, accessible, I think, and easy to use. And it sounds like, from your perspective, the phone is actually even better than the website, which is great to hear. Now, I'd be really keen to know if there's any kind of success stories, and also if it tends to be people in the same country that kind of have any matches, or if you have any examples of people across countries. I'd be really keen to hear more.
So again, yes, there's a lot of success stories. And how do we normally find out? So again, data privacy is a major factor here. So we don't share the success stories online. We don't do it. But normally what we do is that if somebody has deactivated their profile on Simple Rishta, we give them a call and ask them what was the reason. And most of them point out the fact that they've actually found the partner through our platform. That it's really pleasing to know. But that's how we normally know that it's working. What we have done, it's working for people. People are coming here, as you've said. There are more than 25,000 active profiles on the system, and people are finding their partners through here, and it really pleases us.
Brilliant. And does it tend to be people within their own countries that kind of get matched, or have you seen examples of even, across
so
countries?
Primarily within their own culture. Yeah. But there are examples of inter-country marriages as well, where people are finding within their own culture so far, and that's how it's working out for them. For example, if you, let's say, of a Pakistani descent, and you'll be looking for your partner within Pakistan, people are doing that, and that's been very successful for them.
And I think the one thing that would be really helpful for viewers to understand better is, you said the difference with Simple Rishta is there's this kind of connection back with the client's family. It's not just the individual, which I really like the sound of, because I think the ethos of that remains in so many cultures. So how does that work? How do you ensure that?
So basically, starts from when you start creating the app, it asks you whether it's for yourself or you're making it for somebody. It gives you different options there and then. So, and obviously, as I've said, the process is so extensive that only serious people would actually go on and make the profile and eventually try to see their matches. When we started, it was just individuals. Since then, 20% of our profiles that are being created now are actually created by individual family members. And that,
so cool,
I mean, hopefully we can bring it to 50%. But from 0 to 20%, we are there, and that's a massive target market for us, and it's increasing. We're going in the right direction, and we are very pleased about it. We welcome individuals as well. Make no mistake. Obviously, if if you're an individual and you want a traditional marriage platform, something serious, you're more than welcome to come and create a profile for yourself. But as well as individuals, we welcome families as well. If they're looking for somebody, you're looking for your sibling, your son, your daughter. We want you to use this facility.
That's really clever. And I guess the one thing that I'd be interested in understanding, there are those in communities who give a sense of, these kind of apps that are kind of matchmaking apps, they kind of take away the traditional way of, middle person and finding connections. But I feel like a lot of that doesn't necessarily exist, and you have to fill the gap one way or other, or it's just going to get harder and harder. And what would you say to people who are like, apps and kind of sites like this are actually not great for the community, that kind of thing?
Again, I think sometimes some of these apps have probably not gone into a different direction, I would say. And personally as well, I noticed we noticed that there was a gap. And it's those people that we are trying to sort of bring, people who are usually not attracted to these platforms and they think it's a waste of time. That's our target market. Those are the people we want to speak to, and those are the people we want to get involved. And they can come and see, and they can see how we built it, what is the process. And I hope that they through this platform they can all see, they can go on the app, download it and see it for themselves if it actually makes a difference, and if this app is actually different than others.
Amazing. Abdullah, what a find. Simple Rishta, it sounds like it's absolutely filling a really key gap in the community. And thank you so much for a really helpful kind of overview of how it all works. Where would our viewers go if they wanted to find out more? What's the best place you'd recommend?
So, on the web app is simplerishta.com.
Okay, one word?
Simplerishta.com, one word. On the app, if you have an Apple or you go to the App Store or Google Play Store, you just type Simple Rishta. And you see the app come up and download it, and very simple to sign up and get started.
Amazing. Jazakallah khair, Abdullah, for coming onto the show and taking us through that. Inshallah, we'll have you back soon.
Exactly.
Okay, we are going for a very quick break. Inshallah, we'll see you back shortly after this.